My name is Karen Jacobsen, and I'm known as the GPS girl. And perhaps we've taken lots of fabulous trips together because my speaking voice ended up in over 1 billion GPS and smartphone and elevators and cruise ships and software applications around the world, telling people where to go and what to do. And in my travels, I meet a lot of people who want to share with me about the fabulous trips we've taken together. And it's really interesting when I meet people, and the one thing they want to tell me about most is the word recalculating. Now, recalculating is actually good news. I want to tell you why it is good news, because by the time you are in your car, you've taken a wrong turn, but by the time you've even realized you've taken a wrong turn and the GPS has said recalculating, the satellites have worked their magic and you are taking a few quick turns and back on track. So in life, when we take a wrong turn, we sometimes we find ourselves meandering, lost on a back road, sometimes even for years. If only we used the power of recalculating in our businesses and in our daily lives. Recalculating is an active process. It's an in-the-moment process of being able to let go of what did or did not happen on a moment-to-moment basis. But when you are in the thick of a crisis, when you are on the front line, when you are in a moment where it is life and death, when it is a case of needing to shift and course correct extremely quickly, being able to do that is essential. Now, during a particular time of crisis, when we have to keep going and keep it together, sometimes I like to call this period precalculating. The recalculating process is a 5-step process. I'll share with you all of those tools in a moment. But when we are in the pre-calculate stage, when we know things are off track and we need to keep it together, it's really a case of being able to get back to basics, to be able to build a solid foundation. And I mean in very simple ways. Keeping up our hydration, really taking care of our well-being, being connected to our breath, listening to ourselves, to our heart, to what I like to call our inner GPS. All of these activities, having adequate rest, being able to keep going without adequate rest. These are what I like to call the pre-calculate stage, the stage where we are able to build a foundation for ourselves when we are back to basics. Once we are through a time of crisis, of being able to do that, bringing ourselves back to the day-by-day, hour-by-hour situation, that's when we can actively recalculate. We can use the 5 directions for recalculating process. The first direction is to notice that you are off route, to simply notice. The second direction is to be willing to change direction. And this is the most challenging part of the recalculating process. Being able to do things differently to how we've done them before. The third is to clarify our destination. With new information coming to light when we're dealing with navigating change, we now want to look to the destination we were headed for and check, is that where we're still headed? Or were we just on a detour, or has our destination changed? The fourth direction for recalculating is to embrace the steering wheel. And this is where we get ourselves ready to go for it. We G ourselves up. We move from the passenger seat to the driver's seat. And the fifth direction for recalculating is to accelerate, to take an action, any action in the direction we want to be headed. I'm Karen Jacobsen, the GPS girl. You can find me at thegpsgirl.com. And I want to remind you that it is never too late to recalculate. You have reached your destination.